What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, we've got some more lovely cards that we need to have a little bit of a chat about. Yesterday, I told you we were starting with the daily reveals for the new Digimon set, BT5 Battle of Omega. Well, it certainly does look a lot like they are actually now in proper gear in daily reveal mode, because we have got ourselves a new Gabumon and a new Garurumon. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at these, you are going to see certain similarities to the Agumon and Greymon that I showed you in yesterday's video. Now, shout out to the lovely Ensan Gaming for the translation here. Very nice page on Facebook, one that if you're not checking on a regular basis, I would potentially consider you maybe should do so. And if we start off with Gabumon, what we've got here is a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 2000 power, which is very standard for a level 3 with a decent skill. It is in fact the same stats as the Agumon from yesterday, and a startlingly similar skill. When you play this, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Digimon with Garurumon in its name, and a Digimon with Omegamon in its name to your hand, and return the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in whichever order you like. So it's basically the same as the Agumon we looked at yesterday, except instead of getting a Digimon with Greymon in its name, you are getting a Digimon with Garurumon in its name. But outside of that, we're looking pretty gosh darn good. Now, the usual ruling things apply here. Even though you're looking at the top 3 cards and you can pick up 2, you don't have to. You can get just a Digimon with Garurumon in its name, or just a Digimon with Omegamon in its name, or you can get one of each. Either is fine, or none if there are none in there, incidentally. And it is with them in their name. So Omegamon, very good card, sees a huge amount of play. Yes, we'll take that very nicely, thank you. But also, look, a lot of people say Omegamon, officially it's Omnimon in the card game. I flick between them, I'm sorry if that's annoying. It's hard not to. But essentially here, you can get either Omnimon or you can get Omnimon Ultra S, both of which have seen a lot of play. And Omnimon over in Japan right now, up to and including the 4th set and the starter decks, is not the all-encompassing powerhouse it is over here when we've just got Booster 1.0. Right now, if you're playing in the Booster 1.0 metagame, the 2 best decks are probably Red Omnimon and Blue Omnimon. Well, then Purple's pretty good too, and people have been winning with other stuff, but they are the 2 kind of headline decks. Well, this is the blue equivalent. You can get yourself an Omnimon, or you can get yourself an Omnimon Ultra S. Now, having said that, I suppose we should mention something fairly obvious here, and that is that Omnimon Ultra S doesn't actually evolve from blue. Like, you can still search it, but whereas with red, you could actually get either of those cards and it totally worked, here, oh yeah, absolutely, you can get yourself an Omnimon Ultra S, but you'd have to be playing a hybrid deck that only evolves from red or black. But you can also get yourself Garurumon. Except it's not just Garurumon. It's Garurumon, or Garurumon, or Metal Garurumon. Any of those will work very nicely indeed. And this is important because we've had a bunch of these being really good. Of course, you don't have to be playing an Omegamon deck. You know, if you play this card and all you get is one Garurumon or Garurumon or Metal Garurumon, as I told you in yesterday's video, at that point you're basically talking Palmon. And you know what? That's all right. That's still a good use. So I'm kind of all right with that. But as I also said in yesterday's video, if you are going to be playing a blue deck that goes all the way up to Metal Garurumon, maybe you need to consider playing an Omnimon. Of course, I say blue deck. It doesn't have to be a blue deck. Because, of course, we've had this complete line in purple. We've had Purple Garurumon, Garurumon, and Metal Garurumon. So, and to be honest, more than once. Not to mention in purple, we've also had Crest Garurumon, which is a Digimon that we've not actually had, I believe, Oh, wait, no, it's not. That's not even purple, though, is it? That one's black. So we've had Black Crest Garurumon as well, which is a little bit weird. That can evolve from black or from red. So again, that does fit better into a red deck. So it all gets a little bit confusing. Oh, and Zed Garurumon and Ancient Garurumon. There's so many of them. I think that's all of them now. I think I've finally named them all. My point is, any of these can be searched out. The reality is, what you're actually going to be doing here is just using this in a blue deck to get blue Garurumon, Were Garurumon, or Metal Garurumon. But given how gosh darn good the Metal Garurumon from BT1 is, when you attack, you play a level 4 or lower Digivolution card from its sources as a Digimon without paying the cost, and sees a bunch of play, this is something we should get excited about. So if you're playing a blue Omnimon deck, this is an absolute no-brainer, but there's plenty of other blue decks. Maybe you're not even playing Metal Garurumon. Maybe you're using up to Were Garurumon and then pivoting into a different level 6 blue. Or maybe you're playing a purple deck, but you can afford to play some blue level 3s or whatever. This will work very nicely in all of those scenarios. Now, the other one we've had here is a Garurumon. And this one, again, has the same stats as a Greymon we looked at yesterday. 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 5,000 power. Which is fine. It's not particularly stunning, it's not particularly terrible. For a level 4, it's about right cost-wise. It's on the higher end power-wise. It's neither particularly great nor particularly terrible. But you know what? It's got some good skills. When this Digimon evolves from a Gabumon, gain a memory. Nice! Play from Gabumon, gain a memory, job's a good un. Do remember, of course, that we do have the awesome Gabumon that when you play it normally, you do get to draw a card, which does see play in a whole bunch of blue decks, and if you Digivolve from that, you can gain a memory. So the reality is it ends up Digivolving as a 1 cost. Now, we've seen plenty of level 4 blue that to Digivolve for 1 cost. This is just another one of them. But it's a particularly useful one. You know, we could go Garurumon here, and Garurumon, now it's vanilla, but it's a lot more powerful. I say a lot, it's got 1,000 more power, but it's 1 more to play normally, so I kind of might like this better. The point I'm making here is, the 1 cost to Digivolve is nice, but it's not completely stunning or unheard of. We've seen others that do the same thing. But it's got an inheritable skill whereby on either player's turn, when this Digimon has Garurumon or Omegamon in its name, it gains 1,000 power. Now, you might notice that the Greymon we looked at yesterday gave you 2,000 power. That is any Digimon with either Greymon in its name or Omnimon in its name. But I think the important point to realise here is, this is on both or either player's turn. And that's actually really genuinely important. Now, if you're playing a Garurumon deck, don't forget the promo Garurumon that when you're attacking, if this Digimon has Garurumon in its name, you draw a card. So clearly, if you're just going up to Garurumon but no further, i.e. you're not going into Omnimon, there is a strong argument that you would instead play Garurumon so that you can draw a card, and that 1,000 power isn't as relevant. On the one hand, yes. On the other hand, definitely only if you're not going up to Omnimon. Because if you're going up to Omnimon, this puts you up to 16,000 power. And 16,000 power is kind of huge for the mirror. Because, generally speaking, an Omnimon's got 15,000 power, and opposing Omnimon's got 15,000 power. So if they come up against each other, either can KO the other, but they both go down. If you've got 16,000 power, you can take out your opponent's Omnimon and survive, and your opponent's Omnimon can't take out you. Now, having said that, remember that a red Omnimon that has Digivolved from a Greymon will on their turn have 17,000 power, so actually, even with your power bump on their turn, they will be able to KO you without being KO'd back. So, in a head-to-head, red is still probably going to have a slight advantage here, at least in terms of just who can KO who. My point is, if you want to play blue Omnimon, these have got to be absolute no-brainer cards. These are out-and-out proper job, over-the-top phenomenal. If you're just playing a Garurumon deck, a Metal Garurumon deck for instance, this is still a very, very good pair of cards that you absolutely should consider, but they no longer become absolutely essential. There are other options which could work very nicely. There we go. A very similar conclusion to the one we got yesterday with Agumon and Greymon, but maybe not terribly surprising. So I suppose if we're being fair, we should probably give these 4 Wassies just like the cards we saw yesterday. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Red Omnimon was taken care of yesterday. Today we've taken care of Blue Omnimon. And if you like Omnimon, yay! And if you don't, I'm sorry. It's only getting better in set 5. But then again, the set's called Battle of Omega. Maybe we should have seen this coming. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassie Plays.